Friends, in this video we are going to study about matter in our surroundings. In the previous video we discussed about the different states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. In this video we are going to study about the change of state of matter and especially the heat temperature. What is the effect of temperature in bringing up this state of matter, change of state of matter. Along with that we will be studying about boiling point, melting point, latent heat and sublimation. When we are increasing the temperature of a substance, the kinetic energy of the particles increases. That is, we are providing heat energy means their energy increases, kinetic energy increases. Kinetic energy is related with the motion. So as kinetic energy increases, their speed also increases. Suppose you are having an ice cube, you are heating it. By absorbing the heat energy, it starts melting. That is solid to liquid. In solids, what happens? There is a fixed position for each and every particle. When they attain energy, they starts vibrating. And finally, this vibration leads to the breakage of bond between the particles and they will be free to move and they will become liquid. You can see clearly in this picture, that is in the first A, the beaker A, the molecules are at fixed position. This arrow mark indicate that heat energy goes on increasing. When they attain heat energy, they starts vibrating, and as the heat energy increases, their vibration also increases. This thing is clearly visible in this picture. So they starts melting. So we are going to study about melting point. Melting point, its temperature. It's a temperature. Melting point is the temperature at which a solid melts into become a liquid at atmospheric pressure. What is melting point? It is the temperature at which a solid melts to become a liquid at atmospheric pressure. That atmospheric pressure is very, very important. And the melting point, it indicates the strength or bonding force of attraction between its particles. If the melting point of a substance is higher, it means that it has a strong force of an attraction or intermolecular attraction between the particles, very, very high, strong it is. So in order to break that force, we will have to apply more and more energy. Suppose a substance is having a high melting point. In order to make it into liquid state, we have to apply more energy. We have to supply higher temperature, heat energy. Next is boiling point. So first one that we discussed was melting point. Now it is boiling point. Boiling, liquids will be boiling in and finally they will become gas. So that the relationship between liquid and gas. In the case of melting point, it was between solid and liquid. In the case of boiling point, it is between liquid and gas. Boiling point, just like melting point definition, it also start with the same sentence. The temperature at which a liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure. When a liquid starts boiling, that temperature is known as its boiling point. And usually we know that the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. And another important thing is that boiling is a bulk phenomena. Boiling, not just like evaporation. Evaporation is a surface phenomena, but boiling is a bulk phenomena. What do you mean by bulk? Bulk means in totality, the whole, entire. That is what we call bulk. So all the molecules, the entire molecules will be taking part in the boiling process. All the molecules will be attaining energy and they will be transforming. They will undergo this process and transforming into the next stage. Next one, there is a question. When a solid melts, its temperature remains the same. So where does that heat energy go? This is very important. When a solid melts, think about, take an example of ice cube. When a solid melts, the temperature remains the same. When it melts and becoming liquid, the temperature remains the same. Why? That is, it will be taking some energy to increase the kinetic energy of the particles and they are free to move. and we are keeping on giving heat energy to the molecule, what happens is that it will be utilized in order to break the bond between the particles, and it will be lying as hidden. That hidden energy is called latent heat. That is, during the experiment of melting, the temperature of the system does not change after the melting point is reached. This happens even though we continue to heat the beaker. That is, we continue to supply heat. This heat is utilized by the particles in order to break the bond or overcoming the forces of attraction between the particles between them. As this heat energy is absorbed by ice without showing any rise in temperature, it is considered that it is hidden, it is latent. That's why we call it latent heat. So in both the cases we can apply this, both latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. In the first part, latent heat of fusion, when a solid melts into liquid, the hidden energy is called latent heat of fusion. We can clearly define it as the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kilogram of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point. So whenever you define latent heat of fusion or latent heat of vaporization, anything, you have to specify two things, that is at atmospheric pressure and at its melting point. When you are talking about latent heat of fusion, atmospheric pressure and at melting point. When you are talking about latent heat of vaporization, you will be specifically telling the atmospheric pressure and at its boiling point. That is the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kilogram of liquid into vapor at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. So here come a question. Particles in steam, water vapor at 100 degrees Celsius have more energy than water at the same temperature. You think about the steam. If steam falls on your body parts, there will be severe burning. The pain will be severe. The extent of burning will be high. Do you know the reason? Yes, the particles in steam have absorbed extra energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. We are going on giving energy to the water in order to make it boiling. By using that energy, it starts boiling. Once it reaches its boiling point, that is 100 degrees Celsius, the next stage is conversion of liquid into vapor. So that energy, the extra energy that we are giving, will be utilized by the particles to break the bond between them. They want to escape. They want to escape into the vapor state. So they will be utilizing lot of energy to escape this bond of attraction, and finally they will be converting into a gas. So that gas or steam or water vapor we call contains a lot of hidden energy. That is what we call latent heat of vaporization, and this is the reason why steam is having more energy than water, boiling water at same temperature. The next phenomena that we are going to study is sublimation. Sublimation is another change of state of matter, that is solid to gas, directly from solid to gas without going into the liquid. Have you seen camphor, the kapoor? You are familiar with that. You know that while we burn it, while we increase the temperature of the camphor, what happens? You can see the fumes of the camphor. You can feel the smell. Why? Because it directly going from solid camphor to the camphor vapor without converting into camphor liquid. That process is called sublimation, and the sublimation is shown by camphor, solid ammonium chloride. These are the two most important substances which undergo sublimation. Sublimation can be done in laboratory also. This is the apparatus used for doing the sublimation. In that dish, the sublimating thing will be taken, and an inverted funnel will be kept over that. When we give heat energy, it gets evaporated and it will be sticking on the walls of the inverted funnel. When it cools, it solidifies and we can remove it. Actually, it is a separation technique also. You will be studying in detail later chapter. Sublimation, if two things are to be separated, in which one is a thing which undergoes sublimation, we can use this technique for separation. Okay, I hope you understood.